Peppy Styling here. So today we're going to be making this beautiful gown that you see me putting on. This is a measurement you're going to be working with. Shoulder 16, bust circumference 40. The full length of the gown is 39. So from the upper part to the part where the gather started will be 31, and then the lower part, the gather part, is going to be 8 inches. So that is what I indicated there. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, first off, I will be using this small paper to make an illustration. Okay, so now to fold your flail depends on how full you want it to be. Okay, you can either fold it this way or you can extend depending on the quantity of the fabric you're working with. Okay, well, for this tutorial you're going to be seeing how I folded mine. I made it a little not too full because I don't want the flail parts to be excess. Okay, so now you're going to be placing your tape like so to get your shoulder. So when you get to a point where you have enough room for your shoulder and maybe small allowance, then you mark it like so. Okay, so now having marked this out, I'll be imputing the shoulder measurement. Okay, so I'm going to go down for the shoulder slope. Okay, then we'll mark our standard neck measurement, that's 3 inches by 3 inches. Then we'll connect our shoulder slope. Okay, so next we're going to be imputing our armhole depth. You already know the check. To get your armhole depth, divide your bust by 6. Okay, bust by 6, then you add 1.5 inches. That's how you get your shoulder depth. Okay, so from here, from your shoulder line, you're going to be marking out the length for the first part of the dress. Remember that we are working with 31 inches. Okay, so now you're going to mark it out like so, and then we're going to be inputting our bust measurement, which is really measurements we are working with for this dress. And the bust I'm working with, remember, is 40 inches divided by 4 is 10. I'll be adding ease to the measurements. Okay, it's a flare dress, so it has to be a little bit free. Okay, so now this is the first part of the, let me say, the first tier of the dress. Okay, the flare part is 31 inches, so you don't forget to add and seam allowance. Okay, ½ inch to join the shoulder and another maybe 0.75 to join the gathers part. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the back part. The back, we're just going to use the front to trace out the back. This dress is not going to have a zipper allowance, so we're not going to be making space for that. We're just going to trace the exact thing for the back, except for the neckline. Okay, just watch carefully. I know it's a small it's a small paper, but just watch carefully. It's going to guide you the same way the other one we're cutting out on our main fabric. Okay, so now the neckline is the same width, but for the back it's going to be smaller. Okay, it's going to be about 1 inch deep, but the same width for the back neckline. So now we're done cutting out the back. Because this back doesn't have zipper, won't be having zipper, so we're going to be making an opening here to be able to, so our head will be able to pass through it. Okay, we just made like a teardrop kind of opening, and then we'll cut it out. Please don't make it too wide. Okay, so this is what we have. So for this part, you can either turn it with a bias or you make a facing for it. For this tutorial also, I'll be using a facing to turn that opening. Okay, and then you're just going to trace it out. Just watch the way I'm doing it here. Trace everything out down to part of the shoulder, then you cut it out like so. So to determine the amount of fabric, the length of the fabric for the gathers part, okay, we'll be measuring the down part of the dress, okay. We'll measure the whole thing, both for the front and the back. Whatever you get, you can double it or even make it 3 times, triple it if you have enough fabric, okay. But doubling it, or you make it 3, so it will be enough. When you gather, it will come out well, okay. So now this is just a long strip to indicate the gathers part, and this is the pattern for the front and the back. So now we're going to be moving to the main fabric, okay. Okay, so this is me folding the fabric. As you can see, I folded it in that A-line kind of, because I don't want the flea to be much. Honestly, this is why I did that paper illustration, because after recording, I now noticed that my video was actually zoomed out. Like, after recording a whole tutorial, a whole both cutting and sewing, and I noticed that it didn't come out so well. That was why I opted for that paper illustration, so you guys will understand better, okay. So this is me. If you watch that part very well, trust me, you're going to understand everything that I'm doing here. So we have marked out the shoulder slope, neckline, then our armhole. So this is me getting the length for the first part of the dress. That is 31 inches, adding my seam allowance to it, okay. Then I'm measuring out my bust here. Remember, the bust you're working with is 40. I added 1 inch for ease, and then 1 inch for seam allowance, and I connect it to the hem. Yeah, I'm cutting everything all out, okay. Just like we did in the paper illustration, I just placed the front to cut out the back pattern, because we'll be cutting exactly the same except for the neckline, okay. Back neckline, it's going to be 1.5 deep and the same 3 inches wide. So here I'm cutting out for the front and the back, okay. So here I'm going to be marking out for where I'll be attaching my pocket, so you can make yours 8 inches or 9 inches, okay, from the armhole. Then I'm going to notch it. So for the back parts, just like I did in the paper illustration, it's not going to be having zipper. We're going to make this opening, which will enable our hair to pass through it, okay. If we don't put this opening, the head is not going to be able to pass through it. Okay, so I'm making this shape, okay. Please don't make it so wide, if not that opening is going to be very, very open. But still, it's still optional. If you want yours to be very wide, please go ahead, but I think I'm okay with this, okay. So I'll be cutting out facing for this part, okay. So this is me cutting out the facing for it, okay, following the exact thing, okay. Then trace it all the way to the neckline and then to the shoulder, okay. You're going to be stopping somewhere around the shoulder, okay. The shape of your facing totally depends. It's optional, it depends on you, however you want it to take shape, okay. So this is how I made mine, okay. So placing it like so, we're going to use it to turn only that opening, because our neckline will be having something else, like we're going to be piping the neckline. So this is me cutting out the pocket for the dress. I'm so sorry for how this video really zoomed out, like, but I'm very sure we understand, sha. Okay, so here I'm cutting out the long part for the gathers part, okay. I'm cutting out the gathers part. You can make it as much as, because the fuller the finer, yeah. So right here I've turned out that opening, okay, and I'm going to be weaving that excesses and also join the shoulder for the front and the back. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to go and close the side. Okay, if you notice, I've also attached the pockets to the dress, so I'm just arranging it here. I'm going to go and close up with the seam allowance I added. Remember, we added 1 inch seam allowance. Okay, so I'm going to be sewing it like so. So right here I've done closing it up. So next we're going to be opening one side of the dress on the down part. Okay, we're going to be opening it up so we'll be able to place the gather part on it. Okay, this is the gather part of the dress. I've gone ahead to pipe the top part and run a gather stitches on it as well. So I'm going to go now and gather it all up. Okay, so this is what it looks like after gathering it. Okay, so from that part that we opened up on the down part of this dress, we're going to be placing these gathers, at least depending on the seam allowance you give. Okay, or at least you're going to be overlapping it like so. You're going to place it on top like so. Then we're going to sew it along the gathers line. Okay, right here we've joined it all up. Okay, see how nice it's looking so beautiful. And this is what the inside looks like. Okay, so remember to serge the whole thing up to give it a neat finishing. So I've also gone ahead to close the side where we opened up before placing this gathers part. Okay, so this is it looking all nice. This is our pockets. So now I'm going to go and fold the down parts. Okay, this is the finished look of our dress. See how beautiful it's looking. So I went ahead to pipe the neck. I just used a very long strip to pipe the neck, and I gave it a small extra to be able to tie it around the neck like so. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, see you guys in my next video. Bye.